everyone. Welcome to the Sabre Show Live, where we control our own narratives and have the conversations that we need to have in order to empower our community. I'm your host, Sabre, and this is Yada. Hey. And Sean, my brilliant, witty, funny co-host.
Keep it coming.
Okay.
Keep it coming.
Yes, beautiful, handsome co-hosts who make the show go. And I would like to welcome you guys to the best show, the greatest show in the DMV.
Yes.
So, yeah, make sure you follow us and subscribe to the show. So, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle got engaged. A lot of these black shea butter Twitter
These
black women
are mad.
They're like, no, they're not
black.
No, but a lot of them are like, oh yes, this hope for black love for women.
No, that wasn't the shea butter ones. That was us. The shea butter ones was, she's not black because she don't have 4C hair, because she's not, you know,
she
the
is
same
quite
color
ambiguous
as
black.
Korean. But I'm just like,
What's
either way, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, it's like if these joints put half as much research into finding their fathers as they did worried about what this girl's ancestry was, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't even have these issues. Like,
I wasn't on the side of, yes, the love for black women, this, you know, white prince. I wasn't with that shit.
I would just like push through. I didn't care, to be honest.
Why do people care who someone else wants to date?
Give the slightest of shit. Like, I didn't care at all. So I was just like, okay. But it just, what threw me off, what drew me into it was just like seeing the backlash, like, oh, her black mom is actually half black, so she's like, no, that's a white woman. I'm like, girl.
I mean,
did you wake up today thinking about this? Go gather yourself.
In the system of white supremacy, you are, if you have one of your parents are black, you're black. But she is quite like ambiguous
Zoom
black.
in on those roots.
The edges, yeah.
She's black.
I mean, she's clearly black, but she is ambiguous black though.
I mean, that's true. That is true. But when they show her as, it was more apparent that she was biracial when they showed that commercial that she was in, or that whatever she was in. She did something as a child.
Was she called herself Gray or something?
It had something to do with that dish commercial. That was like a Dawn dish commercial.
The commercial.
Where they was like women, you know, like it's like women the ones who clean up. And she said, you know, can you say people, and they changed the language in it or whatever. When they show her, you could definitely tell then that, you know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, she fine.
I mean, she is pretty.
My thing is, you zooming on them edges, homegirl.
I mean,
you can definitely tell it's there because them roots.
She's black, and I know white people are very like white fans of the royal family. I know they kind of pissed because, you know, a lot of white supremacists hate mixing in that black bloodline into their pure bloodline or whatever. But I mean, like you said, I really didn't care either. But it was the number one story this week, literally.
People cared like way too much about that. I'm like, they're not gonna live here. You know what I'm saying? It's
very true. Very true. Shea Moisture. Remember a couple of months ago, people was like in an uproar because Shea Moisture was started to advertise for for white women. They was changing up their products and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And now it came out that they are selling their company to Unilever, like the majority stake into this British company, Unilever or whatever. And like I was just like, okay, get that money. But so many people are like, oh, you know, you sold out. It's for us, and oh, you were just setting it up to sell it, but. And it's kind of, some people are like, do your business, get your money. And then some people are just like, oh, you used us to get somewhere, and now you're just like, whatever.
In those situations, it's just like, no matter what I made, like, my personal perspective of it, I feel like at the end of the day, business is going to be business. They're going to do what's in the best interest of their money and their business. So am I going to be surprised? Like, oh my God, fight for us. No, you're a business. You're not a non-profit business. Yeah. You're in this to benefit.
To make money.
So, you know...
And the most important color
that's what you're going to do. So I'm not surprised. It's like, I'm not going to be up in arms about it because at the end of the day, that's you doing what's in the best interest of your business. I'm not surprised. Like, I don't expect you to, you know, stay down with us and take a loss if you can profit elsewhere. I'm not surprised.
Because there's probably no black businesses big enough to buy them out.
That wasn't even, I'm about to say, it wasn't even black owned though, right? Like
it is.
Is
by
it
this rich something. I forgot his last name. But it's a black guy from Liberia, I want to say. Owns it.
Man, that man was trying to cash out.
Hey, he's trying to cash out.
I mean, it's fine. I personally just got offended when they started changing the products
Oh yeah, because you definitely, you know, you got yourself boosted up off the naps of black women.
Right, like I'm saying, add products for white women or other races.
Right, but
don't change our
formula. Like, bruh, you definitely, you marketed it for us and you made it feel like it was a product for us. So no, I definitely understand that.
Yeah, it's just like have the stuff for black people and then for black people's hair needs, and then have the stuff for white people's hair needs.
Add another line, you know what I'm saying? That takes care of them, and then you can just call it what it is. You don't necessarily have to say these Negro products and these not. You know, just add them and keep it moving. But you know, like that whole strategy change where it's like you weren't even seeing us in their advertisements anymore. So I definitely
they could have did a line like a Keisha line or Caitlyn line.
You know what?
They need you in marketing because when they was in the rooms doing those advertisements, they said they have no black people in the room.
That's why that shit went through. It was like, where was the token black folks to be like, that's gonna be a heavens no.
I would have been in there with a do-rag.
Oh my God.
Being like, you need to make some Shea Moisture wave cream.
Right. Passing them out. If y'all can all put these on, that would be great. Like,
yeah, you know you gotta flip your do-rag inside out so the line don't. That's it.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
You didn't know that.
But the same ass up. Okay, I mean, I don't wear
I could not.
Me either.
My son don't wear them either. He one of them little, he got the Asian fade, so.
Duke starting 5.
Yeah, he got the fuckboy fade.
Yeah, I had to make my
little
son
junior
cut.
fuckboy in the making. I'm like, come on, Brad, like.
Come on, man.
You don't want to comb that out? You don't want to pick that out?
It's not even nappy, though. That's the word. Where he wants it to be nappy. He tries to nap. Like, boy.
I told my son, women like a nice, sharp, clean cut.
Yeah.
They don't like this bird nest on the top of your head. Like, why?
But they all ain't even a nest, though. He got some nice curls. I should be like, okay. His little shape up be later, his little sideburns. I'm like, okay.
Let him have his little personality and style.
I guess. For 22, you pay $20, $25 for these cuts. He come back, all he got was his temples tapered. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I know how much these barbers charge.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Crazy out here.
But he'll be like, I give him money, he goes to the barbershop, he come back, and I'll be like, that's all they took off?
That's what he probably
because that's what he asked for. You know, them little
that
kids,
should be
they don't like
$10. Like, you didn't take off $25 worth of hair.
They want as much hair. They don't want to take it down low. They be like, oh, just.
It be like he just be lined up and this don't be. I be like, for real, son. That's not even $25 worth of hair.
I'm not gonna lie to you. As a barber, I love that haircut the most.
Cause you be like, you getting a regular price and you like clip, snip.
But you know what? That's a part of the game. Some of them you're gonna like actually work for every dollar. Like when you got custom up the top and do all of this stuff, and then some of them you just get easy. You know what I'm saying? But
that's why that's why you doing the fade on me, a shape up my beard, keep my mustache stick.
Yes, that's the cut that makes your son's haircut worth it.
You're like, I want some of these, some of them.
Yes,
all the cut stuff. Okay.
Yes, the detail and everything. Got the boys. They just
be playing for a teenager after that.
I'm like somebody fade the beard just right here, but like right here. No, now right here, right here.
Put a finger wave right here.
Yes. Yes, that's why God sends us. When God sends us one of those, they send us one of those.
Or a mother that just say, take it all off.
Oh, that's so petty. I hate those kind of moms.
Because they don't want to keep having to coming back into the barbershop.
Those kind of moms.
Especially you come.
These little boys be borderline St. Jews out this joint. I be like, come on, bro.
Just think about it. You're a single mom, the dad's not doing what they supposed
to do.
You're a single mom, dad's not doing what they supposed to do. You don't want to walk in that barbershop with those 10,
preaching
20.
To the choir. I'm not doing it. No, you're not going to bald my man out like that. They don't even get shape-ups fed.
Or get a 1, or get a 1.
Or, no. A 1 is that, though. Kind of, yeah, and it's very
we not, no.
Yeah. You can barely see the shape up. It's like a shadow.
I don't even feel like it be a shape. You don't even got to shake that up. It's like, this shit gone. I shaked them up. You can just lie and be like, yeah, I shaked them up. If they ain't watch, I shaked them up. Swear to God.
No lie, though. Seriously. But those are the cheap ones, though. That's what I'm saying.
I be feeling like that's the cut you get them kids who got lice. Like
no, for some moms who don't have it like that,
Black
they
kids
only have
$10
to $15. They can't get the fancy stuff, and she wanted to last for like.
I just feel like she could have did that at the crib herself. I mean,
no, they'd be patchy as fuck.
I cut my son here one time. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I really just had to get some of it off.
Okay.
Like I didn't like ball them out though, but I definitely like leveled that. I mean, it was cool.
Okay.
I wasn't about to try to shake that joint up. I didn't even want to play with that.
Oh,
like
trust me, because I've done some fixing of some parents.
Yeah, I wasn't about to shake nothing
I've fixed some projects.
I have this joint rainbowed out. No, thank you. I
yes.
don't play with them like that.
Did y'all see the video that went viral called the "I'm Not Racist" video.
The Joyner
Lucas. What did you think about it?
Everybody think it was great. I think it's been done before. It's like nothing like new that was refreshing. Okay, yada 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 yada. Okay, cool. I've seen this a million times.
Did you see it, Yada?
No, I didn't see it.
I don't that perspective.
I'll play it. But go ahead, Sean. What were you saying?
No, I was just thinking about it. What was so great about it?
Okay.
These are things that we already know. It's not like it was like a new perspective or like new like information that we all don't know.
So if you didn't see it, it's a video he did, him rapping, and he had characters who was rapping his lyrics. So he had a white guy with a Make America Great Again hat on, basically rapping about the white man's perspective. Like,
oh, you know
if y'all
what?
lazy,
I
then
saw
get a
the
job.
video and I didn't
listen.
No, I didn't listen to. I never like opened it to play the sound. I saw that in passing. I was like, and I kept on scrolling.
I did too until I had to.
I never listened to the sound.
But my thing was, I get the gesture where he was going with it, the both perspectives, but it's like he killed the white dude's perspective. He laid all their shit out, but then he made us sound like real weak and like docile, and just like our perspective is like, y'all don't have no sympathy for us. We deal with white supremacy. You don't have no sympathy. You just think we out here selling drugs just because we have to. I mean, how you gonna say, nigga, you don't know about Kool-Aid and 2 Chainz? And I'm just like, the fuck? Is that what black culture is to you? Kool-Aid and 2 Chainz? Like,
I mean, Kool-Aid is in there, but
I mean, I feel you, but I'm like, you don't have to know about Kool-Aid to know about black people.
Honestly,
they're not one and the same.
Gone from my life.
I mean, come on now, Kool-Aid.
But it was very stereotypical when he compared to how he articulated the white person's perspective. Right. It was so coonish and buffoonish, and I was just like, yeah, he dropped the ball when it came to us. It was like coonery on our level. And then, like I said, he was like, you don't even have pity for us. We don't need no fucking pity
at all.
That's it. And that just goes back to the same thing we talked about before when we was talking about these niggas wanting to hug Nazis and shit. Like, why y'all want?
Yes,
y'all want.
We should not have to beg for equality.
So
and we should not. Not only should we not have to, we shouldn't. We don't have to. We don't have to beg for nothing. We have to replace the current system with the system of justice.
Shit, man. I'm not going to cop no pleas with y'all. Like, what?
And then what is the white person's sympathy going to do for us?
Like, oh, because you feel bad about it, suddenly things. No, especially not for no alias ass person on the street. That changes.
But it was like at the end of the video,
that be that you need.
I heard your perspective. You heard mine. Oh, everything's good.
Right, and let me give you a hug. Like, is black people out here now?
Hugs don't solve.
People stop
hugs are not resolutions
at all.
Not
to racism.
That's so frustrating.
And that's what. But when you have something negative like that, it always works itself out where somebody steps in and does the positive. And I don't know if y'all heard of my song or whatever.
Yeah, that's my man. Yeah. Legend. New York legend.
He is a New York legend, and he's currently an activist too.
Are you okay?
He was just here in the city.
I didn't know
Don't
that.
work, yeah.
Okay.
I've been listening to back like 98 when he was like with Violator.
I just got hip to my song this year. Mm-hmm. So anyway, he did a remix to it talking about systematic oppression, and he started by saying, I don't want your fucking sympathy.
Yeah.
So he broke down like, no, this happened because of this. Unemployment is because of this. No fathers in the house because of this. What your ancestors did. And the psychological, you know what I'm saying, the things that have came from slavery and how it relates to now, and how those psychological things still relate. So he really broke it down.
He an OG in the game. Did you hear his freestyle on Funkmaster Flex?
Oh yes, he goes in.
He kind of like, he remind me of myself, you know.
Oh my God. Okay, next.
Yeah.
What we're not gonna do is don't be that guy putting his links under people's
I've been doing that all week. I've been actually putting my link out all week. Continue.
Really?
Yeah, legit.
I haven't seen not one link. I have not heard not one verse.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. All right, because we do need a theme music for the show.
Hey!
I'm just saying. I can't sing or rap, so
we gonna make the theme song.
Okay.
Sean, we gonna make the theme song. It's gonna be.
Who gonna do the instrumentals? Who gonna do the beat? I gotta pick the beat.
We know producers.
I gotta pick
Why we get white folks on the beat?
At least I can't rap and sing, so y'all gotta let me pick the beat.
Okay, we'll give you a selection of beats, and then you can choose, and then we'll put the vocals on top of it, because that's what we do.
Okay.
Yeah. Son.
Okay.
Son.
Fresh.
I'm not going to debate that. Speaking of music, Def Jam CEO Russell Simmons is now a part of the Weinsteins and the Kevin Spacey's of the world, you know, the Bill Cosbys of the world and everything like that.
What's killing me, and excuse my candor, but these bitches, and by bitches I mean the ones that are commenting on the situation, the amount of nonsense that I've read regarding his allegations from black women makes me want to start punching random bitches in the face. Like, sis, are you really like, I mean, what's the point of bringing this up now? You just going to tarnish this man's image? I'm like, I'm pretty sure that whatever he did is the thing that tarnishes it. Like, bitch, you a one, how do you, as a woman, as a black woman too, how do you fix your face to say some wild monkey shit like that and just be like, you know what? Type, tweet. How do you feel like that's acceptable? You're a woman, you came from a woman, you might have a female child, you got other female in your family. Yes. How do you feel like it's acceptable for you not to sympathize with anybody? I don't give a shit if it's 30 years from now, I don't care.
Well,
I see women making more
excuses for this nonsense than men do nowadays. It is crazy.
I've seen both. However, people can have their opinions on the matter based on their journey, but at the same time, there should be balance. I don't think that there should be, rush to the victim side no matter what. But I also don't think there's rush to the fact that the alleged person who was the perpetrator actually did it.
It's a bad time for men. If a lady comes out right now and says you did something, you're guilty. It's a bad time.
That's because these white feminists and these so-called liberals are making this whole rape culture thing a term. And I really, the definition of rape culture, I understand that needs to be a word for that. But rape culture is not it. I don't even agree with the term rape culture. See,
my thing is, I just feel like I'm not going to speak definitively on something I can't prove or disprove. You know what I'm saying? So that's the situation where you like, wow, that's crazy, and you keep on fucking scrolling because it's no point in you making a commentary that pushes it to one side, and then if you find out that he's 100% guilty, then you look like a dumbass who's not sympathetic with other women when you could just mind your business. Like, real life, like, I really just like, you know what, I don't know whether I can't say he did it, he didn't do it, I wasn't there, I don't have the proof. So rather than comment on that and pick a side in that, I'm just going to stay out of it.
Right. Like, I like to stay out of it. Me and a man, I definitely want to see me.
Because it's just like, wow, it's like, if he did it, wow, that's fucked up. If he didn't do it, wow, that's fucked up.
His don't say, I mean, I've heard some of the other stories. What did he actually do?
Well,
with him. Because some of the other ones, like
Russell Simmons.
Yes.
So the lady came out, and I'm not going to quote, this is not a quote, but she was basically saying that when we were in the shower together, he kind of forced me, he kind of penetrated me.
They were in the shower together.
But even before that, she alleged that, he got in the car, she got in the car with them and the driver, and she told the driver her address. And he was like, nope,
no, go like my
here.
House, yeah.
And she was like, okay, yeah, my address is such. She was like, nope, we're going here. And so she was like, okay, well, I try to just be calm and go with it. And then, when we got to the house, he kind of made advances towards me. And then we got in the shower, and he penetrated me by force. But she never used the word rape, though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, by force is rape. But I would say this, and this is where I kind of got to walk.
Yeah. I know what you about to say.
Why she get in the shower with him? And that doesn't mean that does not mean that she should be assaulted. It doesn't mean that she should be raped.
That's the ongoing debate between men and women when it comes to these situations of consent, is because there is really no such thing as implied consent, like, in a legal sense.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You can lay next to babe, take your drawers off, toot that ass up.
That don't mean that
that's implying consent to the average person, but in a court of law, that does nothing for you. Because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, at any point you change your mind, that consent is null and void. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You could start off consensual. You could be like, you know what? Hey, I don't want to do this. You got to stop. That's just that's what they say. Now, granted, I also tend to lean towards women, and this is not to victim blame at all, because at the end of the day, and I had a whole big tweet fest about this the other day, you probably saw it. The one thing I can say that definitively stops rape is men raping women. The one thing that stops that is men not raping women. I don't care what you have on. I don't care what you none of that. All of that's a maybe. Maybe if I don't dress like this, maybe I won't get raped. Yes. Maybe if I don't, come over there and then I'll be bundled with him, maybe I won't. But if you don't rape, it won't happen. Like,
yes, but there has to be responsibility.
Oh, absolutely. There's accountability, and that's what I was getting to. You have to also, as a woman, I will never rest my safety on what someone should or shouldn't do.
Right.
I'm gonna try my best to not put myself in a situation. If I'm now in a situation like that, that's kind of iffy because it's like you giving the address, he giving the address, but it's like, but you end up in the shower with him. Yeah, that's a no.
That's right.
I'm calling a cab. I'm going back where I was going.
That's like
it's your word against his. Because who's to say that either one of them are telling the truth?
Exactly.
That's like me. Like I have the right to walk anywhere I want to walk. Right.
Yes. But
I ain't gonna be around Berry Farms at 3:30 a.m.
Right, with 10 grand in my hand, I'm not doing that.
I mean, and then because that's like saying, "Oh man, I got robbed." You know what the first thing they're gonna say? Well, why the fuck you was doing around there?
You know what? And that's the thing. That's what we was talking about that too. One of our friends said that on Twitter. But basically, like like pretty much, if you it's not to put blame on you because, like I said, you should be able to live your life the way you feel like you want to and not have somebody assault you. Absolutely, but you gotta also take into consideration the kind of attention you might solicit when you do certain things.
Yes.
When you know what I'm saying, and you have to understand that you know what you're getting. It's like you can feel like no, men shouldn't look. You know why you're dressing this way. You know why you're doing this. You know why you're doing that, and you do it. And then you act surprised when you get that attention when you knew it was coming and you might have done it intentionally to get attention. But then when it crosses the line, then it's problematic. You got to understand everybody's not going to have self-control. It's always going to be some psycho ass dude out here who feels the need to strong arm a bitch.
Right. And there's also a thing of you don't know out of 100 women, 80 of them or 90 of them could have been with the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And it makes them feel like everyone is because it's been a hit every single time. So you that one no, and that kind of throws them off. That's like a foreign language to them. Like, what?
And then, or you could have not said no. Because in any of these situations, a lot of these situations, I would say, I don't quite hear the clarity in I said no.
Right. No, you
know,
point
it's
there
always
too.
like, oh, I was kind of scared, but I didn't want this to happen, so I just went along with it.
But you understand if you didn't...
But women...
if you went along with it, even out of fear, you're showing that man that I'm with it.
Right, because you're not being clear that you're not... That I'm not consenting to this. Now, if you say no, anything that he does beyond that towards you, yes, is an absolute violation, and you didn't consent. But if you don't expressly say that, he gonna feel like, how some girls do. Some girls be extra. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Go ahead. You playing hard to get. He might take it that way. It's not a justification, but you got to look at from both sides. Like, don't add fuel to a fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't feel like, well, I should be able to do this, and men just shouldn't do that. Yeah, they shouldn't. But the fact is that they do, and it's nothing that we can do that's gonna stop
that.
And
like Sabray said, it's these men with power. They used to. They don't get no's.
Right.
They don't get no's.
I was just watching that Chris Brown joint earlier today. And Mike Tyson said that. He said when you in a certain position in life, no is a foreign language to you.
Yes.
You don't even understand that. You like...
These the men that women want. Men with power, with money, access, like resources. We have to teach our young boys, like, I tell my boys, just like I said, man, you don't hit no woman.
Right.
I don't care, you don't hit no woman. I don't know when you don't hit no woman. I don't know. The thing is, I don't know what age. Like, I got a 3-year-old, I got a 9-year-old. Maybe SJ, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, it's hard. I can't talk to him about sex now.
Right.
But it definitely has to be addressed. Like, hey, if a woman says no, she feels uncomfortable, that nigga, you stop.
Right. Whatever.
But that doesn't mean that I'm going to teach if I had a daughter or a niece or a little cousin, I'm not saying everybody doesn't have a father that might be
exactly. So
preaching that to them. So I still have to teach them to, hey, you got to protect yourself. These niggas out here, wow.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I also want to tell women, though, you know what I'm saying, and our daughters the same, under the same token, it's just like, look, the best bet for protecting yourself in a situation, because it's not always a stranger that would do something. It's somebody somebody you could be with or whatever level, whatever, is kind of be sure before you even get yourself into that situation. Because the reality is this, and it might sound like a justification, it's really not, but I can understand biology. With a man, you could be in the middle of the act and say, you know what, I don't want to do this no more. Right. It might take a second for this brain to communicate to this brain and he actually stop what he's doing. But one stroke past the no, that's rape. But he might not have, like, wait, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's still like, what you mean you not?
Right.
Like, oh, you serious? Like, you know what I'm saying? So you have to, rather than even get to that point where you have to get in that situation, be sure before you get there. Like, it's easier. Like, I wish the narrative would change where we're not teaching women or preaching to women ways to prevent getting raped and men can just not rape. But the reality is that's never going to happen.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Because like
mental illness alone will not allow that to happen.
Because like when people say like teach your boys not to rape, well, do you ever grow up and teach your kids not to kill? Right. You just think, you don't say, hey, don't kill somebody.
Right, you
Don't
kind
shoot
of just
somebody,
feel like
like-
it's common sense.
That's
Yeah.
a good point. That's a great point.
Anything else, you don't really teach it. You're just going like, we're all parents, we're just doing the best. We teach our kids to get good grades, you know what I mean? Like, we're not teaching them, hey, don't cook. We probably say, don't steal.
Yeah, I was about to say,
don't be stealing.
stealing.
Like,
You know,
But even on the less extreme, on the other
even though
side
that's
of
kind
that.
stealing.
stealing that pussy. I mean, edit that.
No, but even on the other end of that, that's not so extreme. And Charlamagne was just recently talking about this when he gave himself Donkey of the Day. He was saying how, like,
Sabrina loves Charlamagne, but
that's my uncle. That's my Uncle Charlotte.
He's a fucking clown.
I love my Uncle Charlotte. Don't even talk to us like that.
Okay.
Talk about us.
He be wearing fancy beauty, but go ahead.
Why he be wearing so much makeup?
First of all,
Why he be wearing so much makeup?
He be having a full beat.
He got his shit lightened. Remember we looked it up? Then he got his...
No, let me
He be giving
explain to
cheekbones.
you what happened.
Okay.
He got himself a dermatologist. He had that, revitiligo that Uncle Ruckus had on the Boondocks.
Yeah.
Where he had like dark blotches on his face. So basically, he just did chemical peels that took the dark spots off.
It's
Yeah,
like-
he said he giving cheekbones.
First of all, do not talk about.
He don't be getting his eyebrows done?
No,
Okay.
some dudes just have great eyebrows. You know that. Some
I don't know.
dudes.
He's supposed to be looking real clean though.
Oh my
Clean
goodness,
cut
no!
shit.
I know, no.
She's like, I know Uncle Charlamagne.
I know it's not like that, but I mean,
He takes
probably don't get
selfies
it,
of
right?
himself and send them in the mirror to women. He that type of nigga.
No, he's
And
not.
he's squinting, do them.
No, he's not. Have you
He do.
ever seen a selfie by Uncle Charlotte
yeah,
ever?
yeah,
Have you
yeah.
ever seen?
No,
one?
because he's sending them to women. He's not going to put
He's
up there.
married.
Huh? Oh, he married?
Yes.
Well,
He
Envy was
he
married
wiping
too.
the low.
Envy was married. Damn, he keep his wife on the low and you envy that?
What?
Bye. Okay, you know what? Bye. We're not
No,
entertaining his
keep his wife on the low. His daughters and stuff. He never posts them or nothing like that.
I heard he was a real hood nigga though, for real.
Charlamagne?
No, seriously, I heard some things. I heard that like
Hood nigga? He was running.
I mean,
no. I mean, like I heard he actually has put in some work in the life before, and that people just be like, nah, you ain't even qualified. And I heard that.
It's
I heard
hood.
that,
It's
I heard
hood
that
like
he actually is qualified to speak on some of the things he speak about. But
it's
then
hood
he
like
is
a
radio
gay
man.
terminology.
No, relax. No, seriously.
Oh.
I heard that
Oh,
he's actually
it
been
was in
that he
the
was
streets. It was in
pretty
the book.
heavy in the streets, and that you know what I'm saying like. Because he's a radio man now, people feel like, oh nah, you can't speak on this, but they don't really know that his.
But why was he
right,
running
fast.
from them niggas on the...
Because
It
it was
was
like a
a
racket
jump.
him. What the fuck?
Yes,
I'm standing and
I'm
get jumped.
running
No,
too.
I'm running. The fuck you mean? I don't got no weapon. I don't know if y'all got weapons. I'm getting the fuck out of there.
But he was running like this.
You lit? No. He was
Oh,
slipping on
my
gravel.
goodness.
Relax. You live to fight another day. You
Yes.
saw Friday.
Yes, but no, he
You
he
so
put
funny.
in his book. He was never like a kingpin or anything like
Yeah,
that.
but I mean, I heard
But
he did put it in his work.
Was it an autobiography? I don't trust autobiographies.
It wasn't really.
That's an allowance to well.
It was like
Yeah, I had like 10 keys.
no, nigga. It was not no autobiography.
No, nigga.
Yeah. One
It
time,
was like
one time I had
principles
6
based
women
on
in the
his life.
Nah, but
Marriott.
Yeah, relax. I need you to relax. I ain't even trying
But okay, basically, no. What I was getting at was he was talking about how certain things, because he was describing it as rape culture, like the liberals and the white feminists do. But I don't agree with that term. But he was saying like certain festivals or freak nick or something. It was nothing
Freak
to just
nick was
grab
wild.
a book
Oh
of
yeah,
her by the booty.
y'all aunties and y'all nanas
Yes.
was with the shits, man. I
Yes.
seen them videos.
So it was nothing
was
to
out there
grab a
jump
girl by
long
the
titties
butt
out.
or whatever.
But they
Yeah.
also were kind of... Do you feel like they were consenting it by...
Nowadays, you have to say.
Oh no,
Yeah.
but no, they definitely. I mean, them niggas was
Yeah.
pulling their long titties out, and
I
niggas was
can't.
in
They
little
titties was
triangles was men. Some of them joints titties was long, and they was in little groups of men, and men was just sucking on titties and putting their faces up in butt stones and everything.
Yeah,
So some of
yeah,
y'all aunties
wow.
and y'all mamas was like freak nick, and they was with the shits, and that's. I get what you mean as far as not necessarily calling it a rape culture, but for lack of a better term, that does kind of feed into that because it makes men think that behavior is acceptable. So that boys will be boys mentality.
Yes.
It makes men think that shit is acceptable.
But you know why I don't agree with the term rape culture, and it just needs another word because grabbing a girl's butt without her consent is not rape.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's harassment. It's crude, but it's not
what it
rape.
does is
Misconduct.
why they call it rape culture though is because that type of behavior all it does is escalate and it can potentially lead to rape. Because that boy that's grabbing butts and nobody's doing nothing about it, he feel like, oh, I got away with this. Maybe next time I'm gonna start palming pussies. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, hey, you know, palm the pussy in the skirt. Maybe I might slip a digit up in there. Maybe I might, you know.
It's
So
hard to palm them.
you know what the fuck I mean? You know, so I mean, I get it, but I do agree that we just need like a term that kind of is like all encompassing for that versus rape culture. Because I get what you mean. It it don't hit the ear right.
Yeah.
But for
not even just that, it's just not that. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things of y'all both drunk and then y'all end up having sex. No, y'all didn't consent per se, but is that rape?
Legally, yes.
Then is a man rape too?
Because that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
like
we know crimes against men are not taken as seriously as crimes against women.
Oh no, you're absolutely right, and I don't like that either because women will sit and make so many jokes about that shit. And I'm just like, but if niggas joked about when it happens to women, like y'all joke about it when it happens to men, you know what I'm saying? Y'all would be in arms. So it's like you gotta accept the fact that it happens to men too. And somebody asked the question.
I feel insecure at work. This lady
the other day, we're not doing this with you.
No, this lady told me the other day. She said,
"How you feel, Sean?"
No, seriously, she was like, "Yo, your lips, yeah." I said, "Huh?"
He was like,
"What? What does that mean?" My lips. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? And then she was. It be older women though. It be older women, married older women. Like I felt like
piece of meat.
An object.
I don't know how it feels to be a woman.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm more than that.
But see,
I'm a king.
Please be quiet.
I'm a king.
But women do. They make a lot of jokes about that. Like somebody asked. I remember one time somebody tweeted. They asked. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know what I'm saying, you trying, and your man like, nah, not tonight.
I'm gonna take it. Oh yeah,
I'm sitting on it. They like, you rapist. But I mean,
there's biology behind that. Is that biology? Yeah, because you can't like rape a man unless you're a man. Or
how you can't rape a man?
My thing is this: men catch wood for every reason and no reason.
Because we woke up.
My thing is, he don't necessarily have to. You can't. But the thing is, you can't control. Especially men more than women. Yeah. Like if women not with it, like you should now, you know what I'm saying? 10 times out of 9, she's probably not going to get lubricated.
I'm a big fan of like, man, it's some double standards and we just got to work on it. The thing is, the difference is like, I was joking. Like women, seriously, women harass me all the time. Like a woman asks me at work, do I wear boxers or briefs? Simple question. But if I ask you, hey, you wear thongs, crazy HR, I'm out of there.
Thongs are cheeky.
The difference is, you can't force me physically.
And that's what I said.
I can, if I wanted to. I don't know why, but I could choke you or hit you. I saw that
too. When somebody was like, "Sure, women harass men more than men harass women." I said, "But have you ever felt like your life or your safety was?"
No, I never felt like a woman could
to justify it all. But it's a difference.
No, but it is. No, it's a difference.
It doesn't excuse it because nobody should be harassing anybody. But I'm like, when a woman harass a man, what's I'm saying? You know, you don't feel like you're unless she look like Baby D. You don't feel like your safety's in jeopardy.
But if like Baby D or Leslie Jones knocked you out or like made you feel like you had to like give it up, you probably couldn't even get hard with them. You know what I'm saying? It's different. A woman is inner, so even though it's not lubricated, it could still be. You know what I'm saying? Done. You get
but I mean, you could tell she not with it unless she just got like that condition that where this shit just is like nah. I mean. She just got sandpaper. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? But no, I feel what you're saying though. But it's just like, but we gotta take that just as serious as we take what happens to women, even though they don't feel
the harassment.
I don't think so. As a man, some stuff you just gotta eat. Like, especially if the woman is attractive. Like, I mean, like, what you say this like I'm not about fucking a woman's livelihood up.
Yes.
If a man is disrespecting you and harassing you, fuck it, he deserves everything that he gets. But like, I'm not going. If a woman said that, she got a family, she got kids. I'm not gonna go to HR and say she talking about my girls.
But it goes the other way too, though, because the same way I've been in my workplace and have had little comments made to me or whatever. Like my
yams.
We shut up. We cool, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, we could be somebody, a male coworker I'm cool with. I don't want to see you lose your job or get in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
You can have to conduct yourself.
But you could be at work with somebody where it's like y'all talk about all types of random stuff, and it creates an environment where y'all can be candid with each other. And then somebody crosses the line, and you like,
but it's a nigga that always cross the line because he trying to shoot it. He trying to see how much he gets.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing that I have an issue with. If a dude shoot his shot and says something or whatever to whatever, you don't go straight to HR.
Nah, see, shooting your shot is one thing.
But you can do it.
I tear that shit up.
Hold on. You can.
You my supervisor.
But Sabre,
that kind of changes.
Say. All right, Sabre. Say. You're not Sabre.
Okay.
I'm not the realest nigga out here. You know what I'm saying? So say shooting your shot could be a polite. Like, hey, I was interested in you. Do you mind? Like, you want to go to Starbucks? Or that's shooting your. Not saying Slim. You looking good as shit in them sweatpants. You know what I'm saying?
Or walk up to her saying, Jeremy, What? Yeah, that's the name of my child. If you ever let me get up in that jump, like,
okay, but even that, I wouldn't. But see, even that, because it's something that made him feel a little comfortable that I would maybe laugh at that or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna shut that shit down, and then if you do it again, then we gonna roll out.
Yeah, see, I ain't saying like the ASAP, because like if I don't have a rapport with you, nah, you going straight to HR. Like if we ain't never rap nothing, you just like I punish you. Yeah, all right. Watch
and
this.
it also depends on if you think the person is attractive or not. To me,
that's true too.
That's true too.
You know,
but like,
that is
but
true.
even if you look good, do not come at me sideways. We don't even have no type of rapport. You just walk a man. Punish that shit. All right, watch this. You about to be punished for real. HR.
So.
I like to report a crime.
But I would be more hurt if it was a dude was fine and I was single. But I'm not. But I'm just saying, if the dude was fine, I would maybe be more offended. Like he just wants the draws. Like
right, like all this fire desire, all you want is the desire. You like fucking fire.
Yeah, because it's crazy. Because y'all also say, "Hey, just be honest with me up front." And then when you're honest up front,
no. You can't do that in a work setting, though. Understand? That's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
But I'm talking about like at Fridays, and then a nigga be like, I think you're attractive. You try and go to the teller. You be like.
No, see, that's not a lead off. You can want the draws, but you don't gotta be like, yeah, you fine as shit. You trying to go to no. You gotta be like, yeah, you got man. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Dang, you look good as shit, man. You gotta segue into that. You can't.
Okay, I'm with it. That's what I try to tell women. You just can't. Nobody wants a super straight shooter. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not me a drink. You know what I'm saying? But then that's rape culture right there. Because then I'm basically trying to alter. I know.
Yeah, well, somebody definitely said,
it seems like I'm trying to alter your like decision making.
Somebody said that.
If you what?
If you don't want your butt grabbed, stop going to parties. Now, niggas, stop grabbing butts.
Yeah.
I've never been that nigga. That's crazy.
It's a lot of niggas like that. It's a lot of niggas like that, and that is so
I've never been like that. Because I feel like a woman like a woman is going to give you that green light. She's going to make it, even if she doesn't give you a green light, she's going to put herself in a position where you can shoot your shot effectively.
Right.
So because
if she doesn't, it's because she.
I hate to use the word, but there's plenty of women out here that you can just.
Get that from.
Do that, you know what I'm saying?
Don't try to finesse her and do that.
You can get 10 to no's. You can get that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
It's I'm telling you, but y'all niggas got that entitlement is what sucks though. Cause dudes be wild. I mean, I really you probably not watching this, and that's fine because it's been eons. Because I mean, clearly I'm about to tell my age. Remember H2O?
H2 hoes.
Yeah.
H2
for
hoes.
the gentleman whose genitalia that I spiced with my keychain maze. That's what you get, bitch. But yeah.
Oh my.
That's when I stopped dancing with men in clubs in like 2006.
But
this the whole meat out, son.
Hold on.
No.
That's why.
The meat out.
So,
what the? Like, I'm not going to notice the difference between jeans
a denim
and a whole meat.
But hold on, this is what I don't get. Look, when it's a natural. All right, folks.
And walk the fuck up out of there.
So for women,
he was so mad.
the male genitalia is sensitive. By touch. When you dance with a dude, most likely if he's attracted, that's what's going to happen. I know it probably does. I'm not a woman.
In your pulling your meat out.
No. I'm just saying. But I've heard women say, "Oh, why is his dick getting hard? Because you're rubbing that fat ass joint on that joint.
You're
God
clapping
damn.
your buns on him. I'm not surprised. My thing is, it's a whole lot less detectable when you keep it inside your jeans. I'm just like, what the?
Or you hit it with the wood, you push it apart, you know what I'm saying? You gotta create separation, you know what I'm saying?
My man really had the John.
That is
like,
so wow. He was sick. No, he was mentally ill. He was mentally ill. Seriously.
Spicy.
Wow. I've never heard nobody do that.
That's
Walk
wild.
the fuck. That shit is
I never really danced with women. I always wanted to be that fake cool Bama. Like I talk to you, whisper in your ear. They be like, "Oh, where you want to dance?" I'm like, "Man, I don't do no dancing." You know what I'm saying? I be like,
start a Billy Rock and don't finish.
Yeah.
You agony for that.
No, but seriously though, at the end of the day, like it's too fine of a line to just be on either extreme side. You know what I'm saying? Because every victim ain't a victim. And
I feel like both sides definitely have both sides have accountability to a certain degree. Like I said, it's never to blame a victim. If somebody genuinely raped you, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And nobody should violate anybody. Right. I don't agree with that at all. However, it's like, okay, if you walked outside and you had 20 bands in your hand, you just chilling, you flashing your case, and somebody knock you the fuck out, rob you, sis. Yes, people shouldn't rob you, but did you kind of help the situation?
Yeah, because no one's gonna say, "Oh man, like that's crime. Like he shouldn't have got robbed." The first thing people are gonna say, "Why the fuck you had $20,000 on you?" No one's gonna say, "Oh, well, he has the free will to do, whatever."
It don't justify it, doesn't make it right, but it's like, you damn sure didn't help the matter.
Right.
Like, come on, do your due diligence in protecting yourself versus anything. I'm never going to rest my own safety on what somebody's moral compass should be, because, hey, I don't know what the hell, you could have been stressed out, your girl could have dumped you, and you just like, man, I'm just trying to hit some shit, and bitches is like, no, all your old work, like, no, and you like, you know what, come here, bitch. I don't have time, no.
Yep. No. And the people who do rape and who do these things to make people feel uncomfortable in the workplace, they should go to jail, or they should be handled as such. And if you lying and people do an investigation and find out you lied, you should go to jail too.
And you should get the time that they was going to get.
I ain't gonna lie though. I don't know if people should go to jail for harassment, rape. Yeah.
No. I said arrested or handled accordingly.
Okay. To what you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but if you lying, you're fucking scum, because you make it hard for the women who really got assaulted to come forward, because people automatically pick your story apart. When you come forward, the first thing you do is you fall under public scrutiny and they pick your story apart. Yes. But you did this, she said this, they automatically want to make you out to be the liar, because some women have lies. So stop fucking ruining for other people. If that man didn't want you, get the fuck over it. For you to try to punish him, you taking years away from somebody's life over some petty shit, stop it. Mm-hmm. Like, seriously, that's lame.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, do that again. I get it. Oh, that's a little pound.
Little pound. Little quarter pound of cheese.
So, the Hoe Phase. Everybody's coming to us saying, what about the Hoe Phase? You need to talk about having a Hoe Phase and going through a Hoe Phase.
It's like, no.
But no, seriously, I think that it's very necessary for most people to have. I really do. And not hoe is life type hoeing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like a phase.
Have like a phase where you're busting down a little bit.
And we're not talking about hoes in general, prostitution or nothing like that. A Hoe Phase is a phase, to define it. And y'all can add to the definition if I don't get it all right. It's a phase that you go through, whether you know it or not. That
if you don't know it, you're a hoe. But if you know it, it's a phase.
No, that's not true. No, because
I'm really mad that I totally understood.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think so.
You gotta know, for it to be a phase, you gotta know that you.
No, because not everybody is gonna Issa Rae the shit. I think that if you know,
she found out about her Hoe Phase after the fact. She was like, oh damn, I was a hoe.
Yeah, because I didn't think. Yeah, but I was.
She was trying to be a hoe. She was asking her to be a hoe.
But Issa was like, I'm about to be a hoe. I'm about to get this hotation rocking. Like, I think that makes you more of a hoe than doing it if you don't know.
Or Nola.
Yeah, I think honest.
I didn't get into that, but go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never experienced a Hoe Phase, but I think women should, because like I think a woman should know, like, sex is it's not the most important thing, but it's up there.
It's key.
It's key. Mm-hmm. So I know your men's egos are. You're not going to be the biggest person she's been with. You're not going to be the best sexual partner. But I want you to experience other men, so you know, like, okay, when it's time to settle down, you're like, you know what? I can deal with this. You're good enough for me to go the long run, hold with. Because, if you don't, say, you just deal with this. And then, like, say, like, oh, and then you go and get somebody else and then experience it.
Or wow, you talking to your homegirls and they telling you all this wild shit they be doing. Right.
You be like, damn, we only do missionary. Yeah,
no, but
he only like to have sex in the bed. My coworker be like, her husband only like to have sex in the bed. I'm like, yeah, you gonna be sucking them nigga yams soon.
But okay, you know what? But who knows? She might have already had her Hoe Phase, but she just ain't telling.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely necessary though. Like you gotta. I mean,
you gotta have. You just can't eat McDonald's all the time. You gotta have Wendy's, Burger King, Checkers, Bojangles, Bowberry biscuits.
Bowberry biscuits.
you got with everything. You gotta have like your options.
So you think everybody should have a Hoe Phase?
I feel like we're not even talking about men in this juncture because y'all pretty much guaranteed to have hoe phase. You're like,
no, that's right. I never had hoe phase.
You are the exception and not the rule, sir. Let's call it what it is. You're the outlier. You know, most men whole fucking their whole 20s be a hoe phase if you want to be 100. But we gonna.
But I think taught to be hoes from the beginning.
No, this
is the thing is it's easy. It's hard. Like women are complex, and I think like to really appreciate a woman, you have to like learn their bodies. You have to have like an intimate connection. You guys can't be pleased by every man.
Okay, yeah.
We really, whether it's trash or not, it don't take that much for us to reach that. So we going to get our rocks off regardless. You know what I mean? So I think it's more important for y'all because at the end of the day, we going to finish all the time.
But you know what? Why I don't agree. I think that a man's hoe phase is just as important as a woman's hoe phase because if you, as a man, a lot of times if you never had a hoe phase, once you get married, a lot of times you go through that midlife thing because I've seen it happen a lot.
Oh yeah.
You men start doing shit that they never done before, like or if they've been ugly their whole life and then they finally come up with some money, they become successful. Now they get a lot of women and then they 40, married and out here fucking around like crazy because they never got a chance.
Oh yeah,
when niggas, this is what happens when niggas go on a hoe phase. They never come out of it because this is what happens. You so used to having multiple like choices like this and that. When it comes down to one, you be like, oh, I'm not. Damn, I got to deal with one.
No,
like,
I think that after a certain point, dudes be like, I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying?
No, we don't function as well, so we have to settle for that.
No,
we don't.
No, because it's.
I don't think most. I think some minority. I mean, only.
But you wouldn't
only because
outgrow that shit. I mean, after a while, it's just like, okay, I've done it all.
No, you're right. Some, but you ain't never done it all and had it all. Like it's like money.
You've done all that you're going to do.
But you've never. But sometimes it's like. For variety, not because it's better. It's like sometimes you just like even if you can have a lot of money, but it's never enough money.
Eventually you just want more than what that is. You know what I'm saying? And all that's lit, but eventually, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna look for some substance because you're running through your whole taste.
But how about if you have substance and that? Like you still ain't no pussy like new pussy.
That sounds good, but yeah, new pussy ain't no guarantee that it's gonna be a hit neither. So it's like at the end of the day, eventually the men that I know who get to that point just outgrow it. They like, okay, I did it. You know what I'm saying? They looking for more than just pussy. So it's like, okay, yeah, I get pussy from my girl. My girl got pussy, it's good, but she also got this, and this. They start looking for more substance, and they partner than just orifices.
No, I agree. I definitely feel like women should have I think you should have several amounts of male genitalia. I ain't saying go OD. I'm trying to keep it. I'm not saying go OD with it, but so you know because man, we know it really don't change. I feel like it changes for y'all the experiences. Like I might have some fire torch and some iron. It ain't that much. I mean, okay, you know.
I think just I don't know. It's a lot, but I'm gonna move on to the next thing. How old is too old to have a hoe phase?
I feel like any hoe phase in your 30s is a fucking dub. Like no, bitch.
That's when
you missed the boat.
No, that's
the
when
wave is over. You missed your opportunity, and this is coming.
That's when you're most sexually experienced because you're not sexually experienced in your 20s. That's the best time to have a hoe phase.
No, false. Depends on when you started humping.
And
women,
like that's when y'all come in y'all prime. Like we are in our prime. Like God got a crazy.
With a husband. I'm sorry. At 31, I'm really
God is a comedian because He put us in our sexual primes at two different times.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. That's
so
it's
true. Like at 20,
that's why you gotta marry you a 30-year-old woman because she's ready.
Like
you gonna get it all. It's gonna be flame.
16 through whatever. Like I'm ready to go all the time. Whoever, how many times? Now it's like, I mean, you want to do it in the morning? I'm really tired. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's make this round the best. Yeah. Because you fuck around and might not get another one. Right. But the thing is, ours is a robot. It's a functional machine. Y'all are always ready. Like all y'all gotta do, y'all just there. You know what I'm saying?
I don't agree with hoe phases in the 30s. I feel like, bitch, you missed the bus.
I do feel like it depends on your life. I think that
unless you started having when you was 27, sis, no.
Right. I think
missed the bus.
I think it's ideal to have it in your early 20s. You know, that type of area, whatever.
Right.
But depending on your life, college is. I feel like
that's
the
ideal.
That's the ideal time. That's where everybody collect their bodies. You go to one of those campuses that don't have nothing. You just smoking, going to class, and fucking.
Yeah. I think everybody, it should be out of your system at that point if you went to college or whatever.
But also, I think women are more impressionable about what their peers think. I think right then you might like, oh, I don't want to do that. I want to be considered a hoe. When you might get to 30, you be like, man, I'm a grown woman. I'm gonna do what the fuck. I can take this dick. And I'm not a woman. Hold on. I'm not a woman. So correct me. Yeah. But like at 2021, you probably think, all right, I need to be having sex with guys that like me. You know, this and that.
No.
Okay.
No, that's the time.
And that's why I said I don't know. That's why I get
that's them after the club hookups and shit like that. You like, oh, you done met this nigga to let out.
Mine was 18, 19. And fortunately for me, I feel like that was the golden time to have your whole phase, only because everybody's young. They ain't really out there ventured off too much. Everybody ain't catch diseases yet and all that wild shit. And then it's always that
Y'all, the woman's your whole phase.
I didn't really have like a definitive hoe phase because I was always.
It's kind of vague.
Like nah, it's just like I've tried to do hoe shit throughout the years. It hasn't always panned out though. But I'm always with somebody. That's why I'm trying to have it now. That's why I'm telling you, having a hoe phase in your 30s is lame. I'm living it. It's not cool.
But mine's, and I think a lot of people's come from at that time you're young, you're insecure, you got a lot.
And that's your deniability right there. I was young. They're like, you know what? Yeah, she was.
No, because immaturity will tell you, oh, I just want to be with somebody. I want to be a girlfriend. I want a boyfriend or whatnot. And so when you like somebody, and that's one thing too. I don't know about other people, but I didn't have a whole phase where it's like, oh, willy-nilly, whatever. I actually had to like that person or something about that person.
That's what I was just saying.
I didn't feel like, oh, I have to like somebody. No, that's just like, for me, I couldn't even, get ready to have sex with somebody that I didn't like anything about.
Oh, yeah, I ain't never really been with the random. It's like, I do like you, you like me.
See, I don't feel like women can have a proper whole face because y'all don't even know how to have sex at 20 and 21.
And I agree with that, but there still was one, though.
Y'all was dropping little strokes or something. Y'all niggas be like 30, don't know how to hump.
No, it was lame. Compared to now, it's lame. But at the time, you think you was really doing it.
Fucking lit. Let me tell you.
Hey,
you didn't get
but listen, though.
Nowhere. You hear me?
But see, you know what? You probably didn't have that whole phase because you had your child young.
Yeah.
So that's always in relationship.
I'm about to say, according to people, that was my whole phase. Let them tell it. That's just the judgment. That's just, people make assumptions.
Yeah, you get pregnant off of one time. So I don't see how that makes a whole phase.
No, seriously.
I know people who were at that age who
it's just like people that make me think that hoes be some of the real life hoes be some of the cleanest bitches you'll hit though, because they know they gotta be clean because they dick hopping. It be the bitches that be with the cheating ass nigga in a monogamous relationship that always be ablaze. If you want to be honest, that's the crazy part.
And seriously, hoes make the world go round. We need hoes.
Do we really need hoes? I feel like hoes is like ants. What do you really need them for?
I mean, it's like they're there, but they might ruin you.
You know, ants can lift up to 10 times their body weight.
That's not a lot.
Do for us?
10 times. You lift up 10 times your body weight?
I mean, like, that's not a lot in the overall scheme of things. For them, that's a lot, but it's like lifting a leaf. Oh, congratulations. What the fuck? Bitch, press me, and...
Yes, hoes is lifting leaves.
Hoes is lifting leaves.
We got leaf blowers out here. Technology has advanced.
No, hoes kind of be, they kind of ruin shit for people a little bit, because, you know what I'm saying? It's like, they ruin it for you, we try to get serious.
Hoes keep some monogamous relationships steady.
Oh, hell no. I ain't with that shit. But see, we talking about hoe phases. Not hoes like hoes. Right. Fuck that. Fuck them. I ain't no pussy patrol, whatever.
Do you think most hoe phases were like in college, after heartbreak?
I feel like most of them are in college.
Some people do let the hoe form from anger. They do. Whatever your motivation is, I don't give a shit. Just get it and get it out the way. You know what I'm saying? So
how long should a hoe phase last?
I think at the most, like...
A year
or two. At the most.
It should last you up until you get your master's.
Most people say, I didn't go to college. Most people say their whole phase was their freshman year and like a little bit of their sophomore year, then they tried to get it together. Unless they was like a hoe.
Because they was freshmen, then they got a boyfriend, then they broke the heart, then they went back to, they reverted back to hoism.
Or they was like, they didn't know, or like they didn't know what they were like. They get that freedom, and when you get freedom, you go buck wild, and you realize, oh, I don't want to be that girl, and then you like, okay, let me chill, and let me find somebody who like me and all that stuff.
So during the whole phase, are you just having a whole phase, but are you doing during that phase? Are you doing the most extremist hoe shit?
No.
To the most.
Not
all
all
the
the
time.
time.
Is hoe shit. What you mean, like getting G'd and stuff like that? Or you just
No,
mean,
hell
I'm just
no.
I'm just talking about
maybe
maybe like 3 different niggas in 1 week. You know
No.
what I'm saying?
No.
You know
See
what
how
I'm
you
saying?
get worms.
See, oh God,
You know
no.
what I'm
See,
saying?
I would
get
like to
worms.
call my phase an accidental hoe phase because I didn't know it was the bodies that increased over time, but I actually liked them. You know what I'm saying? Or I was looking for a boyfriend or something like that. So it just, okay, you like somebody, you go out with them, then you end up having sex, and then that don't work out. Okay, so now talk to this guy. Oh, I really like him. He's so fine, and then he So the accumulation of bodies made my whole phase a whole phase. I wasn't like, oh yes, I'm gonna fuck this nigga and tomorrow I'm gonna fuck another. No, you know
that's
what I'm
how
saying?
you get worms. You can't just be out here getting hat tricks.
But unfortunately, what I had to learn to accept over the years that even though that wasn't intentional, like Issa and Insecure,
it was
still a hoe phase. It just is what. But once you accept that, and there's going to be a lot of women out there who's like holier than thou. Women.
That's everyone, y'all, because y'all bitches don't know how to fuck, and that's what it is.
I just said y'all know how to fuck. And you
I'm
just
saying
said
the ones who be prudes. That's why. They want to be like, oh no, I ain't doing that. That's why you ain't got no damn practice, and that's why you don't know what you're doing, and that's why you
and also
somebody else.
That's why you gotta have a whole face because
you gotta get good at it.
You gotta get good at it, and practice makes perfect. I mean,
you definitely gotta get good at it though. Don't get me wrong, because you don't necessarily have to be a hoe to do, but you gotta be you.
But if you dealing with one nigga and
you on the same wee over and over again, and y'all gonna do the same.
You gonna learn different tricks from different niggas. And
it's like if you took me as far as you gonna take me, I gotta go ahead and move on to the next thing.
You learn what you like and what you don't like too.
I need you to have that whole phase and come with me with that jambalaya package.
Yeah, you gotta get. That's when you start getting into like you know what I'm saying, like other positions and amateur iPhone porn and stuff like that. Like just when you know.
Or sometimes the whole phases be like when y'all have a breakup, you don't know what y'all gonna get back together, and then she come back and start doing stuff differently. You be like,
that's wild.
See, this is my thing though.
You weren't doing that before.
I learn a whole lot from porn, but people would never believe you when you say that. But I dead ass learn like a shit ton of stuff from porn.
Most guys do.
So it's like, but I mean, like, not with a woman though. They feel like, okay, I hit you. Next time I hit you, you want this joint pulling stunts. They like,
Sabre, I don't watch porn. It does nothing for me. Everything I learn, game. I'm talking about how to interact with people. I learn from women because, like you said, just because it's something that you enjoy, the next woman might not enjoy. Or men are to be masculine. They might feel like, oh, I wouldn't do that until a woman gives you the go. Right. Like, okay, oh shit, we can do that. Or put it there, or put it there. I like it like that. Mm-hmm. Women teach men everything. A man can't teach a man because some men
where do you think we learn from? Porn. So,
you know what I'm saying?
I definitely got like some key techniques from porn, and that kind of just like, bam on them, and then it's like, this bitch been around the block the whole time. You really just, I mean, it be like that sometimes. The dude's like, nah, she did that too good. It wasn't the first time. No, first time I did a lot of stuff, it was kind of like it. But you know what I'm saying? Porn.
Y'all protect our egos.
Very much so.
Yeah, so it's like,
and that's kind of problematic too.
You know what I'm saying? But no, like,
somebody said the other day something when you fake moaning so he think he got good dick. I'm like, you enabler.
But you have to tell your man, like, seriously, you have to communicate, like.
Now somebody said, but he got a real nut and you didn't. Who really wasted their time? You did, boo.
But you have to find creative ways to say certain things. You don't just like, what the fuck are you doing?
But see, some of these hoes be hollow too. So it's like, hey, it's not always him. You might be the whole way he's trying to throw that hot dog down. So it's like, you know.
Gotcha.
Let me ask this, Joe. If you're dating as far as, looking for somebody who you could potentially marry, not just to just be around, would you be concerned if they have not gone through that whole phase?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I need a woman to go. I need
you. Dry dick out here. I'm like,
I need
can you go hit some Johnson, come back, cause this Johnson.
I need you to hit like a one night stand before.
I've never had a one night stand though. I don't think that's mandatory.
Well, we not marrying each other, so.
But no.
The only reason I said that because maybe say you and your girls out Bahamas. You know what I'm saying? You run into attractive because. You still can notice attractive dudes. You're like, well, I never did this before. And you got that whole firm like, girl, he ain't going no. We in the Bahamas. It ain't no Twitter out here. He ain't going no, you know what I'm saying? No Twitter out here. And you might think, one try. But if you already experienced that, you might be less,
But But see, that's the thing. I think it depends on the person because, like I said, I could never have sex with somebody if I didn't like something about them, or if, you know what I'm saying, I didn't have nothing to base off of me getting to know them prior or something like that.
Man,
so
we're
that
just
would work
physical.
for me.
We don't have to like anything about you, but what we see.
But I never really did like the whole like the I'm out of town. I met an alias ass dude here. Like
that's what women
do.
No, but that's
what women had the most hope.
But that's never been my lane, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I can't
Let me
just
tell
be
you
hooking on
something.
no complete
When
stranger.
a woman changes zip code, her whole phase automatically just activates. It's not. I'm not saying.
Women, some women,
no, hold
because
on. Some women.
never-
I'm not saying that it's
No, because
it's used. It's an activation. Yeah.
When what happens
It's
out of town
activated.
stays out of town. I mean, I get that. That's
ain't
cool,
with
but
that.
that's never been. I can't just hump on no total stranger. That's weird to me.
That
like,
is very
because
weird.
I'm never just. My thing is like, and it's like even as simple as like you fucking on the first night. That's your business. But I mean, like if I go out with you, we didn't talk at some point. I actually like you enough to want to go out on a date with you. We've conversed. I've gotten to know some part of you, so yeah, you know what I'm saying. If I hump you in, then it's like, all right, cool, but it's like not no total stranger. Like,
you
no,
out of town
I don't know you, man. You mess around, come back.
That is weird.
With a bum in an area that ain't even supposed to be no bum at.
But I hear y'all because y'all are righteous women.
No, I'm not.
I'm not negating what you're saying at all. I'm just saying that's not my lane.
I'm just saying.
That's not a loophole-ism that I've ascended to.
But I like and I'm not the knower of all things of, you know, how women interact, but I see it like going out of town. I'm like, yo.
Oh no, I'm already hip.
Yeah.
I know how it goes. That's never been my lane.
You ain't never seen me again. Your boyfriend ain't going to know. There's no contact.
See, I can see
that's what you all think. Not these days and age. You think your boyfriend ain't never going to know.
I think that works
Next
out
you know,
more
you see that nigga tweeting your man and shit. Like you like, well, how the fuck did you find my? Yeah.
That works out more for guys than it does. I can't do it, but maybe some women can. But I
can't just fuck on no stranger.
But hey, not knocking nobody who do.
It's just not my lane.
It's just not me.
I am.
I got like.
Sorry.
Okay. So what advice would y'all give to people if they are watching or whatever? I want to give advice for I want to give advice for people who haven't gone through their whole phase, who are about to go through their whole phase, or currently going through their whole phase. But people after.
Be safe. If you're going through it, you're about to go through it. Be safe. Stop letting social media lead you to believe that raw is life. Because these motherfuckers pH balance is off their.
And no disrespect, because I am pro-life. The condoms ain't for the babies. This is for that monkey that you can't get rid of. Like,
no bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? You can make a decision. I'm not saying that you should have abortion or not have abortion, but that's something that can be handled. When you contract something, especially say if you're cheating and you bring it back to your other partner, that is not something. You have to be safe because I'm not saying women aren't, but these niggas are dirty.
People don't look, and that's the thing. People don't look like they've earned it though. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, no one looks clean.
So you gonna be out there trying to body hopping, do you? But it's like people don't look like they. They don't have a sign on their forehead.
It's nothing wrong. You have a job. You have benefits.
Are fucking asymptomatic, which means they don't have symptoms, and a lot of people
get
live
checked
by
out.
the philosophy that
if my partner don't got it,
I'm good. Yeah. But they don't realize that their partners be getting false negatives and stuff. Yeah. Like if you hump somebody and then a week later you like I should get tested. You get tested, it's probably not even gonna show up. But it comes back negative. You thinking you good, they thinking they good. Stop getting tested vicariously through your partners. And just handle your business. Just be safe about it.
And fellas,
and try not to have a baby.
Fellas, I gotta keep it a buck. I tell my little cousins this. I tell any female that I fuck with, yo, fuck these niggas on your time. Don't be like carry condoms, cause don't believe these niggas, and fuck these niggas when you want to. Don't have control of the woman. You're responsible. Like a nigga would do anything. A nigga say he don't got no condom, make that nigga run to a 7-Eleven because he going to run to a 7-Eleven and that's going to stop him. Be control. Don't have it. If a nigga, man, make him spend some money. Yeah. Take you out once.
Control you.
Don't have the nigga he don't never call you. He don't never speak to you. Like 3 o'clock, he just call you over. No. Unless if that's how you want to. You control everything.
If he a dick in a jar, then hey, you got to treat him like a dick in a jar. Pull him out, do what you gotta do, put him back in the jar. Yeah. But you don't just because they calling it a hoe phase don't mean that you have to be just, you know what I'm saying, busting down off the random. You gotta get disrespected. Like, nah, you take that shit into your own hands. Because men gonna be with the shits regardless, for real. Like,
because men would do anything for the power of the PUSSY.
I mean,
for real, you know what I'm saying?
That is true.
That's why niggas get haircuts, try to just fly.
that does make the world go round.
Shut up.
It does. But no, I think that I guess advice for after the fact. Just accept it. Just own it. Don't be in denial. Just because it'll just make you like it was.
Just
what
don't
it was.
talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got to discuss it. People are like you know you. This the weird thing.
A whole
like,
phase is not to be discussed.
You can just
especially with your partner.
Don't feel like you have to. But I mean, saying don't feel like you gotta bring it up. Whatever. You can just skip right over that. Act like some things you just don't even gotta comment on. It happened. It is what it is. You be like, but anyway, moving along. You just talk about where you at now. You don't have to reference your whole phase.
Men think women are supposed to be sexually experienced, which is crazy to me. But, she had sex with 5 or 10 niggas.
Right,
nigga, you lucky.
That's
how much.
If that's a low, like 2 bodies, like how?
Right.
You better find you a good woman with 20 bodies.
A good woman.
Will C's and Lowry's women. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, though, for the women, if you could avoid the extensive part of it, like just be smart. If you were like how I was. Understand the different codes and the different ways that guys will talk to you just to get the pussy. You know what I'm saying? And know your value and whatnot beforehand. And maybe your whole face could be like, this much.
And see, I'm just gonna be generous.
And ladies, fuck on the first night if you want to.
Your whole phase shouldn't be more than like your college, your bachelor's degree. Like I'm just, and that's being generous.
4 years, you should retire.
That's being generous. So if you all any longer than that,
you have associate's degree at PG.
Like
associate's degree, 2 years.
Your whole face should really be an associate's degree.
Right. I was being generous. I'm just saying because some people really
just
people with sheltered at home, they go away to school, they don't know how to act. Okay, cool. But like anything beyond your college, your undergrad, it's not a phase. You're a hoe. Like,
right. And if you white, don't have a whole phase with a bunch of niggas and then cry rape later. How about that?
Because we ain't got time for that
at all.
Because they got sisters and we will jump you. But no, how about the first night if you want to? That's your business. Like there's no rules to this. You want to have that kind of like, that was what my thing was. What my question was, it's like you go out on a date. I just want to ask y'all a question. It's kind of random, but like, am I the only one who feels like if I go out on a date with somebody, it's like the first date, if I don't have the urge to hump you, I don't really want to like go out with you anymore. Like I don't have to do it, but if I don't feel like I tear that shit up, like I don't feel like
that's hard to ask for men because if we going out with you,
I mean that's why I'm not really talking to you. But like you know what I'm saying? Is it just me where it's like I feel like if I go out with a dude and it's the first date, if I don't want to hump you. Like I'm not really
I agree
like
with that.
looking
You know
to
why?
go again with you. Like
you know why? Because that proves the chemistry.
Right, the chemistry, the spark. Like I feel like it's not there. Like and I'm like, am I tripping or I just be like, sitting on a date like.
And fellas, don't ruin the woman's whole phase.
My morals don't even feel like they kind of being challenged. You know,
right?
Fellas, let me give you a key. Don't fuck up, okay? When she talking, just listen. Say true. I understand.
Or how about respond according to what she said?
Well, you can just listen and have a conversation. You're a grown man.
You want to get in them draws. Because she out with you, so she already giving you like 25%. Just keep eye contact. Pay the bill. Tip good. Make sure she see the tip. You know what I'm saying?
Explain to you that it's nothing. It's no actions that you can perform that's gonna make her feel like that. She you
under control, but you can't fuck it up.
You can fuck it up, but the probability is
not
that high. Realistically, if I got it in my mind, I'm a hunt. Unless you do some wild gay shit or something like that, it's like, okay, you batting for the other team, that's none of my business. Other than that, like, nah.
Women love to talk about themselves. Always sit up like, so what's more about you? What's your goals? What's your aspirations?
Here we go. You're going to have to watch this separate because he about to give you the game on how to get the cheeks. I would just say for guys out there, just be upfront. Like, don't try to make it seem like...
Don't be upfront. Okay,
No, be upfront.
Don't be upfront. You got to lie a little bit.
No,
continue.
No, because if she in her whole phase and you try to love her, you probably not going to get the drugs.
No, not trying to love her, but you know what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, don't say that you just trying to, like, go smack. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my thing is, this ways to drop innuendos. If you ain't got the game, then you really just shouldn't be out here. But this ways to drop innuendos, and you might find out, you know what, now that you mention it, I was trying to get hit too.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, you can be like, oh, you want to go somewhere else, or you just want to go back in my house, watch a movie?
No, you be like, so y'all leave dinner. It's like, so where we about to go? You already know, you in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think
just because she come to your house doesn't mean that she's with it. You know what I'm saying?
But women, if you not with it, don't go to his fucking house.
Yeah, because you can watch. You got TV. You got TV. Watch TV at your goddamn house.
She don't got Showtime. That's why she going over there.
No stars. People don't have a stars package.
If you
haven't watched Power,
I don't think that a woman should be going to a dude's house, going into his bedroom if she not with it. Period.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that a dude should try to, should force the smash.
She can go to the house, but she got to stay in the public area, which is the living room. Once you pass to the bedroom, that's threshold.
Yes.
That's to activate my dick hard.
And then my thing is, if you really not with this shit, you probably shouldn't be doing too much of that nestling and shit like that, especially early on. That's one thing if you like starting to build a rapport with them, you might get chilling. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? This is the first night you go over that joint, you trying to snuggle up with a nigga you just now going out with the first time. No.
And if you don't want to have sex with them, don't order a steak. I continue.
First of all, let me close out this episode by tying this into how this helps the black community somehow. Please.
Gotta order chicken fingers if you don't want.
First of all, that's another conversation for another day. That's another conversation.
Yeah, I don't.
As far as women's, what is that? Women's courtesy of ordering on the menu when the guy takes them out.
If you're going to happy hour, you better order from the happy hour menu. That's why we're at happy hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you make me feel bad for ordering that Jameson and ginger at $2 Tuesdays. My bad, Reese. I'm sorry. That drink was $17.
Wow. Now I'm not happy.
Tuesday.
It's sour hour now. I'm not happy.
It was $2 Tuesday, but I didn't know that the Jack was the $2. I didn't know that the Jack was the $2 whiskey.
Did you spit it back up and get in a glass and give it back to the bartender? That would have been the most respectful thing to do.
He should have just been like, nah, he went ahead and caught.
But no, Reese, he's a good man. You know what I mean?
He is a good man for that.
The rest of my drinks was Jack, though.
No, because you got to say, like, okay, this is a happy hour menu. This is where we're
the rest of my drinks was Jack, though. Jack and Coke, Jack and Coke, Jack and Coke.
No, but look, okay, let me still, because we got to buy it, but let me figure out, okay, so this is how we're going to tie this into the black community. I know you're like, okay, this is the Sabrina Show Live. Like, what are they talking about? Where are they going with this? So, this episode affects the black community because we need to have strong marriages, strong unions. The fathers and the mothers need to be in the same house with the parents if they can. And so, so by going through this whole phase, I feel like, honestly, can eliminate some of the reasons why people be stepping out and
you get a lot of the nonsense out the way. You gotta live life, and that's the thing, they call it settling down for a reason. It's because you done rah, and now it's time to bring it down and start to get serious. So when you get a lot of life experience, a lot of the people who, realistically though, a lot of the people who get married, you know, when they get married, especially like in our age group, you know what I'm saying, late 20s, early 30s, stuff like that, they're doing that because they've lived and they feel like, okay, now, you know, I feel like I've done it, you know, I've
got it out of my system.
Exactly. So it's like you gotta have that life experience because the ones who don't have it are way more likely to you know,
and
step out in a marriage.
And once you have these experiences, that way you'll know, like for me, I know I don't ever want to do that again, so I'm good where I'm at. And you know what I'm saying? Even though that it was short lived, but that's all I needed. Some people need their extended version, some people need their short version, but whatever that is, you know, I just feel like that helps with keeping the black family strong by not having those wild ass, you know, phases in a marriage where you having a midlife thing that you never had in your 20s and whatnot.
That's not fair to your woman. That's not fair to your wife.
Or your man. If you're the one that's doing it. At the end of the day, because a lot of people sometimes they get to a certain age, they feel like, well, that's just the age I should be getting married, but you didn't really live. So get your life experience.
That's why I say time, and people be like, "Oh, there's no such thing as a wrong time."
There absolutely is.
It definitely is.
There absolutely is.
So so we believe in strong marriages, strong black unity, because at the end of the day, the black family is the foundation of the community. So that concludes this episode. About Hoe Phases and whatnot. We covered a lot of stuff. Make sure you comment and let us know about your take on the things that we've just talked about. And also, make sure you subscribe and share it with your friends. You know, we can never have to
do that. Subscribe.
Right.
Tell a friend, tell your cousin, tell your baby mother, tell your co-worker, tell your PO, tell everybody.
Tell your PO. I don't think that's this demographic. Speaking of demographic.
Wow. Are you generalizing?
This demographic of viewers? Yeah. Low key. But no, listen though. Why is it that like 80% of our viewers are male? I thought we have two women on the show. I thought it was
because niggas are superficial. Y'all two attractive women. Baby hit me. Baby hit me. He was like, "Damn, so what's up with your people on the show?" I said, "Did you listen to the content?" He's like, "I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying." God damn. I thought we were saying some good shit. God damn. Y'all attractive. I'm not sick. That's no Matt Lauer shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, Matt Lauer. Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna start saying. I'm like, when I compliment a lady, I'm like, your dress look good. No Matt Lauer.
No Matt. wife said he'll give you the shirt off his back. And somebody said,
That's his
apparently
problem.
the dick out his pants too. I'm sorry.
You can still be a nice person and be a fucking sexual predator.
Right.
You can still
Those are the sexual.
Keeping it over like that. I'm enjoying the view.
Those are the sexual predators. The nice people. You know, like
that's how they
social
get how they get their
they get you comfortable because like a nigga who's just like cruel with y'all, you're not gonna even get in those situations with them. So watch out for the Bam is
Nice
just too
guys.
nice, okay?
Yeah.
He should be a little, mean.
A little. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on the Sabre Show Live.